Why would I choose to wear a long sleeve shirt when this room isn't even cold? It just doesn't make sense. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Justin, and today we're listening to Marillion with their song. What song am I listening to? Easter! Off of their album Season's End, which was released in 1989. So many of you guys have been asking me to listen to Marillion, and a few of you have recommended this song. So to be honest, I was going to listen to something completely different, but you know what? I remembered Marillion. I remembered this song that you guys had mentioned, and I said, you know what? While it's on my mind, let's jump on it. Reading a little bit off of here, it says that this album was the first to feature current lead singer Steve Hogarth, following the departure of former vocalist Fish in 1988. Now, I'm not familiar enough with Marillion to know really any differences between the vocalist. I know that a lot of people are passionate about one side, a lot of people are passionate about the other side. I'm new to all this, so I'm just going to enjoy whatever I enjoy, whoever's singing it. Of course, you are all more than welcome to join me on Twitter. You can join me in the comments down below. If you would like to, you can join me on Patreon, but you don't have to. As long as you've gotten this far in the video and hopefully a little bit further down in the timeline, that's all I ask. You can like it too if you want. Let's do it. This is Easter by Marillion.
Ghost of the mist was on the field, the grey and the green together. The noise of a distant farm machine, out of the first light came a tattered necklace of hedge and trees on the southern side of where the border runs between where Mary the newsboy fell
That's good. That's good. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I was expecting something totally different when I first chose this song. I was expecting to hear something very progressive, like very like up tempo and you know, just like I don't know, something different. I wasn't expecting this like nice, definitely nice, and I don't mean this disrespectfully, but I wasn't expecting something so emotional, so powerful with those loud driving guitars. Absolutely fantastic vocals, by the way, by Mr. Hogarth. I wasn't expecting it. Now, this song I feel for myself, and this happens, you know, sometimes. I feel like this song lacks context because I feel like this song sounds like the climax and like that big moment that probably was led into from the previous song on this album, which on here, if I can get my thing up, which is The King of Sunset Town. So I feel like that would be like an introduction and a proper introduction as that ends, probably leading into this Easter, because this does have that big emotional gut punch. Now, it is very effective on its own. I just feel it's probably like more effective after listening to the previous song. But I wouldn't know because I haven't listened to the previous song. But regardless, I really do like the singing here. It's very soothing. It sounds very like emotional and painstaking. Like it's painful for him to sing, which I always thought was really cool. I like the way that the piano moves in here, and guitar-wise, especially guitar-wise, who's playing guitar on this one? Guitar is by Steve Rothery. Steve does a fantastic job, of course, not only in the leads and the solos that take place in the more climactic moments of the song, but also in the building up, alongside with Mark Kelly on the keyboards. Fantastic job by both of them. And then looking at this, I see Pete Trewavas on here, and that name looks really familiar. Let me pull him up, because he sounds familiar, like I've heard him on a band that I've covered here before. Pulling up his profile here, Big Big Train. That makes sense. Okay. Really nice harmonies, by the way, as well, backing him up there. I'm not sure if that's just dubbing on top of his voice or if that's, you know, someone else doing backup, because Wikipedia doesn't tell me. But either way, it is a really nice contrast in the harmonies as they bring up into this first bigger moment, which really like the drums right here for a specific reason. All the music drops out, comes back in the second verse with just a little bit extra guitar, it sounds like, on top. But I like that drum, okay? It's very simple. Boom, boom, kick, snare. That's it. And it only does that like for a really brief and fleeting moment, and then it stops it. And then later on, as they build up into the second moments, the second part where it does that, the drum beat is still retained, but this time more filled. Same pattern. Now the hi-hats, of course, in between. And the music sounds so much deeper. Very nice bass work, by the way. Like, you can feel like the passion and that it's building into something. And build, it really does. Here's the guitar. Here's Rothery. He comes up so subliminally too. Maybe that's not the word. He comes up like so subtly too. You just barely hear him kind of rising up a little bit, panning into the main line. It's just explosive. Really nice moment, and that's only 3 minutes into the song. Barely 3 minutes, 2 minutes and 40 seconds. This is that type of sound that just grips you, I feel. Especially from the music previously as it builds up into this. This holds you. I feel like you would get goosebumps hearing this in concert. Right? Like, you guys that have heard this song in concert live from Marillion, I'm sure that when this song was played, you guys got goosebumps, right? The lights just like hit you right. Every single note that Rothery played just shot straight into your heart. You were probably in tears. That's the type of emotional punch that Marillion packs with this song, Easter. Really like how the bass fades away, but still grooving on top, and the keyboard still continuing this line of melody. And then continuing a new section, Holy. I like these vocals too. Yeah, no words necessary, just emotion. I feel like that's just feel-good progressive rock, you know? It's just a song that feels good. Now that I've heard Marillion like this, I would love to hear like heavy Marillion. Like what is Marillion's like heaviest, if they do heavy, craziest, if they do craziest song? I like to hear different ends of the spectrums, you know? Let's talk about the lyrics really quick here. A ghost of a mist was on the field, the gray and the green together. The noise of a distant farm machine out of the first light came. A tattered necklace of hedge and trees on the southern side of the hill betrays where the border runs between where Mother or Mary Dunan's boy fell. Easter, a time for reflection. Easter, a time for repentance. Easter, a time for remembrance. Kind of sweeping that all in, possibly with the meaning of the song. But it seems like it's speaking about something a little more literal. As we're talking about, the foggy weather and the noise of a distant farm machine. And then it mentions where Mary Dunan's boy fell. So perhaps where Mary Dunan's boy died in some capacity. I'm not sure why or what happened to him. And then questions are asked. What will you do? Make a stone of your heart? Will you set things right when you tear them apart? Will you sleep at night with the plow and the stars alight? So will you go to sleep without making peace? Will you allow these, wounds to fester? Will you allow forgiveness to be lost? Or will you actually try to forgive one another? Because it says, what will you do? Make a stone of your heart? Will you just harden your heart and not even want to forgive people for perhaps, what they've done to you? What will you do with the wire and the gun that has set things right when it's said and done? Will you sleep at night? Is there so much love to hide? Forgive, forget, sing never again. So I'm thinking that Mary Dunan's boy was killed or something happened to him. Forgive the perpetrators. Forget about the act. Let's not have this happen again. And then sing never again. Celebrate that this will never happen again. That this crime, this tragedy, whatever happened, will never happen again. That's kind of what I'm getting. It says that in the song, Marillion lead singer Steve Hogarth sings about Northern Ireland during the Troubles, imagining what will happen on Easter and if it will be a time of atonement. Hogarth was inspired to write the song after traveling to Belfast with his band the Europeans. He expected the worst, but had a very uplifting experience. He says he started writing the song in 1988 as a message of hope for the ordinary people who have nothing to do with the Troubles, but have their lives inextricably interwoven with them. Okay, makes a little more sense then in that context. Of course, I would love to know what you guys thought of the song. You can join me on Twitter. You can join me in the comments down below. Thank you as always for the recommendations as well. I really do appreciate that. I like just listening to new music all the time. Have a great day, guys. Have a fantastic night. I'll talk to you tomorrow.